1 minute until showtime. Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
Ignition sequence start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff.
And liftoff on another Tarot Today live episode here. We are live streaming everywhere, Facebook and Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and simulcasting on Blog Talk Radio as well. For the past 12 years, we've been bringing you the world of tarot. I'm Dax Carlisle, coming to you live from Tucson, Arizona. And my fabulous co-host is Mary Brown, live from Amarillo. Hey, Mary.
Hey, Dax. Hey, everybody. Happy Psychic Saturday.
Here we are. And we are also a live call-in show as well.
Yes, we are. Like, really live. So alive. And streaming everywhere. It's amazing. Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Blog Talk. Did I leave anything out?
I don't know, but there's so many. But we've been podcasting and doing live radio for 12 years, but we're brand new at this, the live streaming. And whatever platform you're watching us and listening to us on, you can just type in the comments and we're going to get them right here. And we can chat with you during the show. You can call in and ask questions. You can type in the comments and ask questions, ask for a mini reading. We'll be doing phone calls later on in the show, but we've got a guest today I'm really excited about. We're going to be talking about birth cards and soul cards with the fabulous author and deck creator, Pamela Steele.
Yay!
Yay!
And you know what's so cool about that is, I do a card of the day when we do these shows. So every Saturday, at least, sometimes I do more. And today I chose the card of the day from Pamela Steele's Eternal Seeker Oracle.
Yay, Eternal Seeker.
Which is based on the tarot. It comes with this amazingly wonderful book. I love the blue color. I want to ask her about that particular blue. Since I got into painting, as you know, I've been particularly interested in blue colors. But look how beautiful this card is. If I could show it without the glare. Look at that. The artwork of Pamela Steele, the thought process of Pamela Steele, the Pamela Steele cards. That's how I think of it. And the card has this beautiful white horse. And the reason I love it so much is because my best friend growing up was a white horse named Smokey. And it's card number 22. And she said she based it on, and we can ask her about it later too, about she based it on the sun card in the tarot. But this is labeled Heart Song. You have the child in it, you have the horse friend.
Mhm.
And it's like, find what makes your heart sing. Find what makes your heart sing. And I just thought that was a beautiful message for today, because
Oh,
we all need to do that, right? We need to find the thing that makes our heart sing, that fills us with that joyful feeling. So we look like we're there with our best horse friend with the sun shining on us. And it's card number 22, and I'm life path 22. So I was like, oh, yay. That's the extent of my thought. Okay. What about you? Did you get a card of the day?
Yeah.
What are the numbers like?
So you've got a master number life path 22-4. I'm 33-6. We'll have to ask Pamela about her numbers. And that's what I love about the topic today. We're going to be talking about a lot of numerology as well as tarot and how they, blend together. It's really going to be a lot of fun. But the numbers for today, before I go into that real quick, I'm getting some comments on one or two of the feeds, like they're getting the audio, but not the video. So, my suggestion is to join us on the YouTube channel. In fact, that's the main place to go really to watch the show is the YouTube channel. It's tarottoday.live. So you just open a new tab in your browser, type in tarottoday.live, or you can do www.tarottoday.live. And that'll take you over there and you'll see the live stream right there at the very top. Just click on that and then you can see us and hear us and type in the comments. If you're listening on Blog Talk Radio and you want to see us, that's what you do. Go over to the tarottoday.live, the YouTube channel, and watch us there. And don't forget to call in, though, because we love talking to you live on air. We're one of the few video live stream shows that actually takes phone calls. 714-816-4628. Remember to press 1 on your dial pad as soon as you get through. The numbers today are interesting. Well, this entire month, any number you add to 9 is going to reduce to itself. And it's the 10th, but 1 + 0 is 1. So it's really the 1 energy of the day. And then you're going to add that to 9. You're going to get 10. 1 + 0 is 1. So, and that works for every day in the month of September every year, because any number you add to 9 and reduce gives you back the same number. And we already know the world year number is 6. So 2022, 2 + 2 + 2 is 6. So it's 6 + 1, which is 7. So the date energy is 7 and the day energy is 1. 1 is new beginning. 7 is that highest spiritual number in numerology. It's the number of the natural detective. Folks with life paths and attitude number 7 and even destiny 7, they are the natural detectives. They want to know how the universe works. They want to know all of the secrets. They want to know how everything functions, the law of attraction, is there the divine, and things like that. And today I pulled the Hangman, and this is from Chiro's deck, of course. Give me just a second. Got to change cameras. There we go. Okay. And beautiful Hangman he did there.
I like the pants.
Yes. I love that. I love that. So that's card number 12. So 1 + 2 is 3. So it's creativity and communication. And it harkens back to the Yggdrasil tree and Odin hanging himself upside down so that he could learn about
Good.
other worlds, gain knowledge from other worlds, and also the ability to understand the runes.
I was gonna say, get the runes.
Yes, the runes. Yes,
The runes.
Mary's into them stones, and especially the Waite Smith version where he's hanging from the T cross. It's not a cross like a Christian cross. It's a T, and he's not really the hanged man where he was hung by someone else. He's the hung man, the man that hung himself, and he did it on purpose because he wants to look
Is
at
he the
world.
man that's also
What's that?
Oh, you cracked me up. It's like he's the hung man. So
He's the hung man. Yes.
I took that the other way.
Hey, that was a test, folks. We're trying to find out whose minds are in the gutter and who is just listening to what I'm saying.
Mine, clearly in the gutter.
Yeah. We know about Mary. We do. Yes.
If you only knew.
But he's hung himself upside down because, just like Odin and the Yggdrasil tree, the tree of knowledge, he wants to understand things. And if you literally hang upside down, you're seeing the world 180 degrees upside down from the rest of us, right? So you can see things that we don't see. It's a different perspective. And what I'm getting the message with this in the numerology today, one, new beginnings, and that seven spirituality energy from the date, and then the Hanged Man card, is that as you look at your own spirituality today, and with it being new beginnings, maybe you're starting down a new path, and I want you to think outside the box. Be like Odin, be like the Hangman hanging upside down, and try to take a step back, get a different perspective on it as you're looking at perhaps going deeper into your spirituality, or perhaps starting a new ritual, or going down a new path. So that's what I got for today's card of the day and the numerology of the day as well. What else is going on, Mary?
Well, to me, that sort of fits with the card I got from the Eternal Seeker Oracle, because, okay, if you're going to go down a new path or something, go down the path that makes your heart sing. How about that? It seems to me like now when we have that opportunity to start something new, it's like, why don't we consider what we really care about, what makes us feel happy,
Right.
But I did want to mention, I can't remember if you mentioned it or not, but we are a live call-in show. If people want to call and be on the air with us and ask a question or get a free mini reading, the number to call is 714-816-4628. And again, that number is 714-816-4628. And be sure to press number 1 on the dial pad, because that literally raises your hand on the switchboard. We see this little hand go up. Well, Dax does because he's looking at the switchboard. But but when I do it, I see that little hand go up, and it's just so cute. I love the little hand that they do now, because I think, oh, little person reaching out. But yeah, that's what I got. And then out of that, and what else is going on? Well, yesterday, I did an interview for the October episode of There's a Rock for That. It's going to be on October 1st, Saturday. And I think it's going to be pretty interesting, talking about crystals as they relate to the Zoroastrian religion, with an expert that just did a new translation of the sacred texts of the Zoroastrians. It sounds wild. Freddie Mercury from Queen was a Zoroastrian. If people were wondering, like, where have I heard that before? That might
I did
be
not
where.
know that. That's very interesting.
Yeah, it was in the movie Bohemian Rhapsody. They covered it a little bit, and we talk
Ah,
about that. So hashtag Freddie Mercury. Maybe
oh, I
that'll
can't wait for that
help
interview
people to
then.
find it.
Yeah.
But other than that, hot weather continues. How about
Mhm.
you? What's
Well,
new
I
in your
was
neck of the woods?
speaking of the weather, I was under the weather for the last week with a
Hmm.
cold, and I still got the sniffles if I sound a little stuffed up and stuff like that. Still blowing the nose and trying to expel everything here. I'm doing much better though. Oh my God. I really didn't feel good for several days. And, just trying to get back into the swing of things, doing a lot of research for the channel here for YouTube. And, we're trying to God, we've done, I think, 4 total live streams. We've done live streams in the past where we stream to the Facebook channel, the Facebook group, Tarot Guild,
Yeah.
and stuff like that, but as far as, doing radio and interviews, we've had about 4. We had our first one, and then we had the interview with Ellie. Last time, that was our first time live streaming to all the platforms, though. And so
Yeah.
this is only our second time doing it this way, using Restream and using Zoom, and wow. And we are simultaneously called into Zoom and also called into the switchboard in a 3-way with Blog Talk Radio, so that we can actually do the phone banks. We have 50 phone lines on there. And I just did another one, Mary, 3-way. So,
Yeah, I thought of it, but
but you didn't say anything this
time.
time. Well,
I'm not ready, the one with the dirty mind, right? Like, how dirty do we
you
want
don't
to
want
go?
everybody to think that, but there's one good thing about that. People are not going to forget about the Hangman card or the Hung Man today. They're going to be
No.
thinking about it. That's
Yeah.
right. So I've been doing a lot of research, and working on the technical stuff behind the scenes and trying to get this to run nice and smooth and everything. And Mary and I did a conference call. We're talking about all the cool stuff we're going to be bringing to you. We're going to be doing short form videos, long form videos, and then we're going to do shorts, which are the really short videos, 60 seconds or less, on our YouTube channel. Of course, we'll also be putting those out probably on Instagram, TikTok, and so forth like that. But our main focus is the YouTube channel. And so if you're listening to this live, and you can go over there right now, or hey, maybe you're listening to us in the archive or watching us. I love that. Now it's watching us. Be sure to, smash that subscribe button there.
Smash it.
Smash it. Yes, it really helps.
Yeah.
And like this video, so YouTube will send it out to people here.
Yeah.
And I came up with a good line earlier, and now I'm trying to remember what it was. It was with the Tarot Today Live, and something like give us a subscribe at Tarot Today Live, something like that. I was trying to come up with a cool catchphrase for us to throw into these live streams.
Not bad. It's a near rhyme.
Yeah, we're gonna work on it. We got to work on it. We got to say it a few times and do some practicing and stuff like that. Yep.
Or people can send in suggestions. Hey,
yeah.
Let us know. Like, why don't you guys say this?
That's right. So during the show, go ahead and type into the, wherever you are, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. I don't know if we get them from Instagram, but I know we from Facebook and YouTube. And you can comment, converse back and forth with us, talk about the topic, give us your thoughts and ideas. And you can also ask for a mini reading right there in the chat. Of course, we're not going to do that a little bit later in the show, so we might ask you to repeat your question. And of course, the best place is to be on the YouTube channel. So that's my suggestion is right now, go over to tarottoday.live and get into the YouTube channel. So that's all I've got, Mary.
Yeah, I do want to say one thing though,
Okay.
when it comes to readings, because we do free mini readings, small readings on this show, it does, I think it's more of a benefit for people to kind of just come with like a specific question. Even if you think like, okay, I just want a general reading. What you want a general reading about? Your love life, your relationship, your work situation. You can ask a general, but give us a sphere of influence in your life of what you want that to be about, so that you can get the most out of these mini readings. Just a thought, throwing it out there.
Great idea. Great idea. I'm glad you brought that up because I was thinking along the same lines. We had the last time we did this, which was the first time that we were streaming all the different platforms. And it was really cool, though, to see all the comments coming in from Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. And of course, you're not seeing them because you're not on the
I'm not seeing them
on the restream yet. Yeah. As soon as we get a better setup, and
I'm living vicariously
you'll be seeing them
through you.
In the future. You'll be seeing them in the future as soon as we can get you onto the studio here. And also when we start doing live streams, we're going to be doing some where we are not simulcasting on Blog Talk Radio, and so you'll be in the studio and you'll see all the comments and everything. But the comments that were coming in last time, everybody was just give me a general reading, and hey, we don't mind. I mean, what did we do? We just pull a card or two, for people. But it's so much more. I was just going to say it's so much more interesting when they ask a specific question, because then you really get something out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. And, really, like, if it's just a general reading, I'm going to pull a card. I'll probably just pull an oracle card. If it's just a yes or no question, I know you like to do the yes or no spread using tarot. I'm happy to just use a pendulum, because that's my yes, no. I could flip a coin for you, but, give me something that makes the tarot necessary.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, I use the 5 card, and, this is good for our tarot folk out there, because, a lot of people that watch our shows are budding tarot readers or professional readers, and folks that have been reading for 30 years, folks that have been reading for 30 seconds. And
there's a spectrum.
they like to hear a lot of techniques and so forth like that. And I do the 5 card because it's fast for radio, and now live streaming, video and radio. And I like using that for yes, no, because, there's a couple of things. First of all, it isn't the magic 8 ball. I mean, come on, if you're just going to do that, just use the magic 8 ball.
Yes.
But with the 5 card, I don't get just a yes, no. I get maybes. I get, stronger
Nuance.
yeses. I get stronger no's, medium no's, and I have 5 cards that are giving me information on top of the actual answer, yes, no. So that's why I use that. And we'll do a video on that on the channel in a little while. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or no. Yes, no.
Right. So today we're going to be talking about soul cards and birth cards. We're going to bring on the fabulous, that's right, Pamela Steele. She's an author and deck creator. Mary, what would you like to say about Pamela?
She's cool and I like her. But no, she makes really cool stuff. Like, again, the Eternal Seeker Oracle. But Pamela Steele, artist, author, tarot reader, mystic, dreamer, and all around adventurer. Pamela Steele believes we are all divine beings having a human experience. As a self taught artist, she's an artist, like the art on that card I showed you. And also look at the back design on this deck. Am I showing?
Oh, I
the
love
back
that.
Isn't that gorgeous? Trying to not get the glare, but yeah, it's like really cool. Self-taught artist. She has devoted, I'm reading this off the thing. She has devoted over 5 decades to creating paintings and drawings and has self-published both the Steel Wizard Tarot, which a lot of listeners out there I'm sure are familiar with, the Wizard Pets Tarot, which is absolutely adorable, the ABCs, which goes with that Wizard's Pet Tarot. It's like the ABCs. It's like I think she did it for her grandchild. I'll have to ask her. I think that was what she said the last time I asked her about that when she made that deck. But Pamela has loved tarot for over 4 decades. She also taught tarot. She has also taught tarot and given presentations a whole bunch of places. I don't know. She's amazing. Bring her on.
There she is.
Talk to Pamela.
She's here.
Hi, Pamela.
Hi, Pam.
Oh, greetings.
Oh.
You are the Steel Wizard.
Yes. Yes. And of course, the wizard and the dragons, and that's what I'm attracted to. Like, I was born in the year of the dragon. I identify with the magician card in tarot quite a bit. So yes, love that. I remember when you sent me your first deck, and it was so long ago, I don't even want to say. So how did we get on this, that we wanted to talk about birth cards and soul cards in the first place? Because I don't even remember.
Dragons.
Oh, yeah, I love the dragon. I don't even remember now.
Yeah. Actually, we all seem to love numbers. Okay. And I had posted a question to you and Mary and whoever else was in the group about how come we haven't done one on birth cards and soul cards and year cards and things like that, because that is numerology blended so sweetly with tarot and oracles that it just doesn't make any sense not to do it. I mean, we just did it. You did the day card, but adding all the numbers together and coming up with 7, which I was taught that the number 7 is the number of magic. Okay. And for today, like just today's number, etc., in the Eternal Seeker, it is the well, in the tarot, it would, let me get this. Okay, it's tradition. That's what I was trying to say. Big word, couldn't think of it. This is the number 7 in the Eternal Seeker. It's traditions. Okay. And it's based on the Hierophant card. Exactly. And it's based on the Hierophant card. And that, to me, made more sense when doing the Steel Wizard, to have, instead of a pope or a popess or something like that, what I always read that was as magical traditions, the things that were handed down, because this is what my grandmother taught me. This is what, I learned through my elders, as it were, growing up, was about our traditions. I mean, not just things like Christmas and Easter and things like that, but traditions, when to plant, when to do this, when to do that. And so when it came to designing that image, I mean, I've got an old wizard with a raven about to land on his shoulder and a glowing scroll, couple of acolytes there, and it made sense to me. So today, whenever the number 7 came up, it was my first thought. What a great thing to do today, because we're working with numbers, and we're working with tarot, and we're working with traditions. Okay, and magic, of course, always magic. But that's kind of where this came from. And then when it came to the birth cards and soul cards, okay, the way I figured it out or learned it. I don't care which one it was. The tarot school has a page where you can go in and just type in your-
Calculator.
Thank you. That's the word I couldn't think of either. I'm really bad with words today. But the way they do it is, okay, up until the year 2000, the constant number was 19. So you took 19 and then the 2 digits of the year you were born, and then month and day, and you added them all together, and you got at least a double digit number, sometimes a triple digit number. And then you started reducing that down to a prime number. Now, when you got below 21, which is however many there, the major arcana are in a tarot, 21 and lower, that was your birth card. Okay, the double digit was your birth card. But when you took that down to a prime number, that is your soul card. Sometimes they're the same number because the number would be over 21. But what I found was working with an oracle deck where they're numbered. Some of the oracles I've seen are not numbered. Okay, it's up to the creator. But when you're working with a numbered oracle, and you can go up to, some of them go up to 44. And when you're working like 22 today, a prime number, you don't really want to take that one down if you don't have to. But we can. We can go 22, which in the Eternal Seeker is Heart Song. But when you reduce that down, you've got the number 4, which again, like in the tarot, this would be the Emperor. But I always want more information. There's got to be more to it. And that's where numbers to me and tarot and oracles blend seamlessly together, and we can have a really good time and a lot of fun. So I thought today maybe what we could do is, we've got today's card. But if you want to figure out your particular card for today, you take the year, okay, the 2022, and that moves down to 6, just like Dax said, but then you take your birth month and your birthday. And what number do you come up with? That's your today card, person for you.
Right. So we call that in numerology your personal year number. And we all go through these cycles of 9 years. And you are taking your month and your day, which, by the way, when you add the month and day you were born and reduce it to a single digit, that's your attitude number. So it's actually the current world year number, which is 6. 2022 reduces to 6. The current world year number plus your attitude number is your personal year number. That's another way to look at it. So basically, when we're looking at today, as far as a date, we're looking at today's date. And when I was talking about the numerology and it being the date energy being 7, so in tarot, that would be the Chariot.
Yes.
And the way I do the birth numbers is kind of the other way. I mean, instead of starting with the higher number, I get it down to the lower number, and then I look for, what is the higher number in the major arcana that reduces to whatever that is, and I do it that way because of what you just said about there's only 21 cards, and that's the way the calculator on the Tarot School's website does it. And by the way, there's always a birth pair, but in some cases there's more than 2.
Oh yeah.
Because 19 reduces 9 plus 1 to 10. 10 further reduces to 1. So so you end up with 3 cards.
But what do you do when you don't like your birth cards? I did the calculator on the Tarot School years ago, and I was like disappointed. I wanted something great. I wanted the Star card, or I wanted the Chariot because it has horses, or I wanted the Sun card. But what did I get? I got the Emperor and I got Death. It's like, why?
But listen to this.
I don't like it.
Okay. When I did it through the Tarot School, I got the numbers 12. I got the number 12 for the total, which brings me to a 3, which is my card. Okay. But I didn't really understand the hangman or the hungman. Sorry, Dex. I'm not gonna let that one go for a long time.
I got Pam.
Long time. Yeah,
The
Mary and I are related.
Hangman.
We
Yes.
are related.
I think I
Maybe
used
in
to
the
date
gay
him.
deck, it's
I
called
feel
the
like our
Hangman. I
minds.
don't know.
Well, no, I mean, you know, like I'm sure I used to date that guy. But when I did it that way, I ended up with the number 12, and I didn't get that card. I just, it was just like it's spoken in a foreign alien language to me. But I added them differently because what I did was I took the numbers of the year. Like I was born in 1951. So 9 and 1 is 10 and 5 is 16. And you see what I mean? You go across and you add them all to a single digit.
That's how
And
I do it.
that was the number 7. Okay. And then the month is a number 7 and the day is a number 7. So I had 3 7s there. That's 21. I can work with that. But then
Yep.
whenever I got to doing the wizard's pets, the ABCs, the beginner's deck, and I was doing the hangman or little dragon that I was doing. Anyway, I'm drawing that picture, and I started hearing that old McCartney song about Let It Be.
Mhm.
Started playing in my head. And it was just like this watershed moment when everything started to make sense. Letting go is not relinquishing control. It's allowing things to unfold. And it started to make sense. And I wasn't making any sense at the time, but I did it. And so now I don't care which way you add it. You can either give me you can give me 21 or 12. I'm happy with either one. It doesn't matter to me. But it did matter at the time. And I was very pleased to find a second way to add the numbers up. Because I mean, right now we're going to start with 6 if doing it this way. This is it.
Well,
Yeah.
I wanted to point out, because I knew you said you were going to bring up about different ways to add, and there's actually like 3 different ways to add a date. You can stack it on top of each other. You can reduce the month, the day, and the year first and then add them together, or you can add straight across. Now I just do the straight across. And but if you're really, especially, you know, that's actually, if you're adding your entire birth date across, you're getting your life path number. And especially on life path numbers, you should always do all 3 additions, methods of adding, because you're looking for a master number. And so you know, a lot of life paths, a lot of people are not master numbers. It's rare, you know. Master number 11 is rare. Number 22 is really rare. 33 is really rare, and 44 is nigh on never comes up. I mean, that's the master manifestor number. That's the Buddhas and the Jesuses, you know, of the world. You know, they snap their fingers and something appears, you know, instant manifestation, as opposed to the rest of us that actually have to work at it, you know. So when you add my birth date all the way across, you get 33. And so that's the master healer, master teacher number. But if you reduce 33, 3 plus 3, you get 6, which is the lover's card. But 15 also reduces to 6, the devil. And what I love about the Waite Smith deck and about my particular birth cards is the connection is super obvious. It's visual. You put the devil card and the lover's card next to each other. It's the same thing. I mean, you've got an entity above them and the 2 individuals, the male and the female down here. One obviously is while they're still in the Garden of Eden, and there's the tree of knowledge and the tree of life there. And the other is they're in the material world, and they're chained to that half cube. And in the Devil, it's talking about those attachments that we get to the material because we've left Eden. And you can see the two sides of the coin. I like to think of birth cards like think of the High Priestess in most decks have the pillars, and usually it's a lighter color and a darker color, or flat out black white, you know. And so you got the one card in your birth card and the other one. Now there are those cases where there's three, but typically you're at least getting two cards, and that's the way I look at it. And what I love about my birth cards is how obvious it is, whereas in other pairs of birth cards for other people's basically they're based on your life path and numerology from your birth date, it's not as obvious.
No.
You know, but the connection between the two cards is always there. It's always really there. It's just you might have to work a little harder at it. So like I thought of this popped in my head when Mary was talking about, you know, not connecting with one or both of the birth cards.
Yeah. You know, what's interesting too, that I'd want people to also think about, because this happened with me, because I didn't connect with either the Emperor or the Death card. The Death card a little, probably more, because I don't know, we're all connected to death, and I'm a Scorpio, so I kind of feel like, oh yes, it's inevitable. You know, this is my realm or something. But when I got sometimes different decks in the way that they depict the major arcana cards, or the way your birth cards are depicted, or sometimes, you know, how some decks are retitled.
Yes.
That happened to me with the Emperor, because with the Emperor card in I think it was the Osho Zen deck, it made me really like look at it in a different way, because the Emperor in the Osho Zen is called the Rebel. And that is sort of a concept that I would not have connected with the idea of an emperor. And I think in that deck, you know, it's connected with, it's called the Rebel because, hey, if you're the emperor, you can kind of make, you know, you can go against convention. You can do things your own way, as we've seen emperors do. I mean, it's not always with great results, of course, but still, the idea of being the rebel, I could connect with better. And so sometimes that helps too, if you kind of walk away a little bit from traditional card meetings or even traditional tarot artwork.
Well, that's a big part of it, is they're again wanting, desiring more information. And when you look at various decks, the way I've always looked at different tarot decks is there's a base language. Okay, we have a basic language in tarot, and it's either the Thoth, the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, or the Marseille. Okay, there are three base root languages. This is my thought. And all of the decks that have evolved since the creation of those have been influenced at least by one of them as a general rule. Okay, now we've got some out there that are so different, unique, and who knows where they came from, that you basically need a class or a course taught by the creator to even know what they're talking about. And that's fine too. But what it comes down to is each deck is essentially its own language. Okay, that's why the third edition of I finally decided to do it. The Steel Wizard is coming out in its third edition sometime next year through Red Feather Shiver. And the tagline for that is the language of the soul, because this is what I've always believed, like from when I first started reading it. This is speaking to me on a soul deep level. So tarot being the language of the soul, each deck is its own variation on that language. I mean, you've got your root language of Latin, and then you've got Portuguese and Spanish and all the way down the line. And you move 20 miles and you got a different dialect. So you got a different language and for all intents and purposes. So what we're looking at now is find a language that resonates with you, just like you've been doing, and go with that. And it doesn't matter if it's a tarot, an oracle, or which school of thought it stems from, because this is all about you reconnecting with your essence and building your soul family. And that's why the birth card to me was the double digit, the soul card was the single, and the soul card being a single digit, that prime number in itself seemed to have all kinds of connotations when it came to the people that I made friends with, the people that I am still close to. There was some connection in there. So
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah. I never heard it called the soul card before. I think that's
Yeah.
really neat.
I like it. Yeah.
Okay, I've got Bonnie Chauvet's book, Tarot Birth Cards and You, Keys to Empowering Yourself.
Oh,
And it
yeah.
Yeah,
goes
we
through all-
interviewed Bonnie way back in the day when that came out.
Oh my gosh, this is a fabulous book. I absolutely love it. I couldn't live without it. But she does the pairing in here, and Bonnie's great for questions and affirmations. She's got all that in here too. So if you really want get into this, I highly recommend this book. And I'm pretty sure, Schiffer published it. So, and it is
Get
still
the book.
available. Yeah, definitely get the book.
Yeah.
Didn't Mary Greer write one too?
I know
think
there's
she
been
did.
there's at
I think
least
she
one.
did, but I think she did it after Bonnie's book.
Yes.
Because I feel like Bonnie was the first one to do a book on that.
I believe
I
so
could
as
be
well.
wrong.
There's at least 2, maybe 3 actually on birth cards, but not a lot. Actually, now that it's like a decade later, it'd be really
Who are you in
kinda
the tarot?
cool if
This is the one that Mary wrote. Mary Greer
Yeah.
wrote.
I can't
Oh,
see
yeah.
it though yet. You
Yeah.
got to get closer to the camera.
That's as close as it gets. And I think
Oh,
it's-
okay, bro. Okay, bring it back to you. Bring it back to you. And then we'll be able to see it. There you go. Okay, hold on just a second. Hold it there because I got to switch views. Let me and then say something.
Me?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah, so it'll pop you up as the
Okay,
speaker.
there we go. This is Mary Kay Greer's book. And it's Who Are You in the Tarot? And this is the back reads, use the story of the tarot to find your own story. Okay. And this is all based on the Rider-Waite Smith. And who published this one? Let me see if I can find it really quickly.
Yeah. But what I wanted to say real quick is it would be really great if someone came out with something new, a modernized version, not that the information is somehow antiquated, it's
no,
perfect.
never.
Bonnie and her book is perfectly fine. What I just mean is that somebody could take it further.
That's the whole point. That's what we're doing here.
Yeah, and it
Let's
would be
do it.
great. It would be great to come out. I wish someone would come out with a new book, because then we could interview them for one thing, and do a workshop. Oh, speaking of workshops, I should mention, here on the show we have Pam on, and we're chit chatting about the birth cards, soul card, and so forth like that. But we're not getting super in depth, and so we're going to do a workshop on Sunday, the next Sunday. So not tomorrow Sunday, but the Sunday after, which is, I believe, the 18th. Let me look on the calendar. It looks like the 18th. Yeah. So it'll be Sunday, the 18th, and it's 100% free for everybody. Yeah. You all can join us. It'll be on a Zoom meeting, and you'll see that out on, I'll put a link everywhere this video shows up. As well as on the Tarot Guild site and on all of our social media, the Tarot Guild page and the Tarot Guild group, Psychic Talk Radio group. We have our Tarot Today live Twitter. I have to think hard to remember all this because we we recently rebranded everything with Tarot Today Live. So we got the Twitters, Tarot Today Live, LinkedIn, Instagram. We're all over everywhere. So look out for that information. It'll be about 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. Pam, is that good? That's when we normally have.
Yeah, because it'd be noon here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
I'm an hour ahead of Pacific,
Pacific.
and 2 hours
All
ahead
right.
of
Yeah.
Eastern. So
I'm on Pacific right now. So
Yeah.
1 o'clock would be, no, it'd be 2 o'clock your time then.
well, what time is it at your house right now?
Right now it's about to be noon. It's 11:49.
It's about to be 1 o'clock.
Right.
And
So it's 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern is when we're normally having the workshops on Sundays. So that would be 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock my time. Yeah.
Yes.
Mary, I think Mary and I are on the same time.
it's 1:49 where I am right
Yeah,
now.
she's
I'm on
she's
Central.
another
Okay,
hour.
so you're
yeah,
central then.
Central.
Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
mountain. Okay, so 12:49 my time. So 2
Yeah.
o'clock next Sunday. Got it.
Yep, next Sunday, and look for the information on that. We'll have a link to the Zoom, and everybody can join us. And it'll be nice because we'll have everybody on the Zoom, and you'll be able to ask questions. You'll be able to, more than on the radio show and live stream here. And also, we'll be able to do people's individual personal year numbers and their birth card numbers, and figure out their birth cards, and what that means. And speaking of that, what it means, uses for birth cards. So especially like if you're a reader, a professional tarot reader, this is a really neat thing to add to your toolkit, because then you add that to your toolkit, and it's more added value.
Yes.
In addition to the reading itself, it's like I do a whole numerology chart and report for my clients, and I don't do the birth cards mostly because a lot of it is in the numerology chart, but you could do birth cards, for instance, instead of say a numerology chart, or both, but what I'm saying is it's added value in addition to reading the cards that you can add in for your clients, so birth cards are great for that. Birth cards are also great for, I think, folks that are trying to figure things out, like what's my path in life, what am I supposed to be doing, what's my purpose, that kind of thing. Would you agree with that, Pamela?
Oh, definitely. And that's the beauty of it. I mean, so many times if you're just getting into to tarot reading, or you're going to an event where you're going to have, we're going to have at least 30 people here. Is that okay? Yeah, sure. Fine. So you're not going to be able to do really in-depth reading, but you need it to be personal. You need to be up close. And I have sat down and done nothing but birth card, soul card pairs for everybody that comes through. And they all walked away going, where can I get a deck? I mean, they so excited about it because it's very personal. And how can numbers and pictures do this? Well, it's because it's magic, you idiots. What do you think it's doing?
Oh boy.
Well, I think also, you make a really good point with that, because it is so personal. And a lot of times what I hear from people, that you encounter at like psychic fairs and stuff, they're so dazzled by the cards. They're dazzled by the artwork in them and the idea of getting messages from them too. But then they're also intimidated by them. I don't know how many times I hear somebody, say, oh, I always wish I could learn tarot, but I have no idea what any of those pictures mean. And with the idea of you and me and everybody else having a birth card within that deck, it's like, I think it gives them a way into it, a connection to it, sort of like astrology. It's like we all have a sign. We all have a whole bunch of signs doing a bunch of stuff, but it's like related to us, And Pamela, I have to say, like sometimes, like when you were showing the card or whatever, the book, and you were like going in and out. It was like you were an interdimensional being, coming in and out of the. I love that. I'm like, you're talking about everything being magic. It's like we're seeing it. It was cool. Just saying.
Are my antennas showing, or they're
no, they're hidden. They're hidden right now.
Good.
And so this is why we're also doing the workshop, because we're almost out of time. We got to take some phone calls because we've been going. See, this is why we're, introduce it
when
here
we
on
get
the
together.
show, and then we're going to do a workshop where we can spend more time, go more in depth, because we're just like almost out of time here. We got to take some phone calls. Also, want to remind everybody that is listening on Blog Talk Radio that tomorrow is Magic Universe with Sharona Rapsick. That's right. She'll be doing free readings tomorrow too. You can call in on her show in the second half. In the first half, she has a special guest, Jennifer Cooper Stidley, our fabulous member of the guild, and we've interviewed her before as well. So tune in for Magic Universe tomorrow on Blog Talk. It's going to be same bat time, same bat channel, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. And for all of our upcoming shows on the Psychic Talk Radio Network, just go to psychictalk.net/upcoming. There we go. All righty. And one other thing I wanted to mention, see if I can actually pop this up on the screen for everybody here. One other thing we wanted to announce, and yeah, I'm having issues with my other computer here. It is a dinosaur, let me tell you, but sometimes it works good, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah. So I'm going to pop up there. Tag team readings. That's right.
Yay.
So we made you a simple URL so you can book a session with Mary and I. Tagteam.tarottoday.live. That'll take you right over where you can book. Tagteam.tarottoday.live. You see it right up there on the screen. And we came up with this just a couple weeks ago, right, Mary?
Yes, we did. We thought it would be fun because, again, we can only do like mini readings on the radio show, and it's fun, to do them together. And a few people, a lot of times, they want to ask more questions, and we'll have like a whole switchboard full of callers that like we can't really spend the time we'd love to spend with you to address all your issues. So doing this where you get both of us and the numerology from Jax, and I'll do oracle cards. I can give you crystal recommendations as well as a tarot reading, and just kind of cover all the bases that way, because we just can't do it like on the air like we'd love to. So this is an option.
And you get two readers for the price of one. Basically, you get both of us together. There's something magical happens on the radio shows and now the live stream and radio shows, when we pull cards for a caller or somebody in the comments, and then the other host pulls cards, and there's a lot of synchronicity that goes on. It really reinforces that, hey, this is actually working. And because Mary and I have other modalities that that we use, we can bring a lot more to the table. So I can bring the numerology, like Mary said, and Mary can bring the chakras and the crystals and so forth like that. So the client gets a lot more out of it. Now, of course, you're welcome to book a private session with Mary or a private session with myself, just us individually. Just get a hold of us on social media. You know where we all are, and just message us. But I really like the idea of these tag team readings. It's like an extended the type of readings that we do on air. So if you like those, you're going to love this, because we're going to be able to spend a lot more time with you. Just go over to tagteam.tarottoday.live and you can book one of these sessions right there. Okay. So should we take a couple phone calls for the end of the show, everybody?
Let's do it.
All right. Let's see who's out there waiting in the wings, so to speak. Let me see here. The caller that's been waiting the longest is area code 651. Caller, are you there? Area code 651. Hello.
Yes, hi, this is Christiana from Minnesota. Yeah, hi.
Yay.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. What did you want a
Hi.
reading on?
Christiana. Yeah, I was just wondering when or if I will be moving to a new apartment in 2 weeks, or will it be longer than that?
All righty.
Okay.
Looks like Pamela's shuffling too. Pam, are you going to do it too?
Oh, if
Special
you guys,
card?
yeah, if you have time, that's not a problem. I'm just kind of curious.
Yeah, go
Do it.
ahead. You go first. We always let the guests go first.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Really. If you want to.
Well, I don't know about the 2 week period, because right now what it seems like is I pulled a Weaver and she's upside down, which means that right now you've got some more issues to take care of. Your life path is too entangled with another right now. You need to separate it out, untangle those knots, and get everything kind of lined up before you actually go. So 2 weeks may not be long enough. It's going to depend on you, but I would say don't set your heart on 2 weeks. That it might take a
Yeah.
little bit longer than that, because once it starts to flow, it's going to go really fast. And you don't need anything there to trip you up. So do this first. Make sure that all of your ducks are in a row, so to speak. Okay. And like if you've got a bill in two people's names, make sure it's in the one that you choose, not the two, because you need to start cutting some ties here. Okay.
Pamela, I agree, because like my timing
Okay.
card is a 4 and I got another 4 in the same spread. Lots of 4s. So I'm thinking more like 4 weeks at least. Mary, you getting anything good?
I got one thing good. I actually drew 5 cards. I got one good one, and that is the Ace of Pentacles. This is the Ludila Scott deck. I say a month, that fits with like 4 weeks. It's not, but my goodness, Christiana, what in the world is going on, sweetie? You got 7 of Swords in the past, as if there was some sort of deception. 10 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 5 of Swords. Yeah, you got to move. You got to, make some changes, and also worrying about the past, and just even worrying about the present or the future. With that 9 of Swords, you have to like kind of let go of the noise that whatever the circumstances is causing, so that you can, think clearly and start this new next phase in your journey. That Ace of Pentacles, it's like you want to start with a solid start. You want to have a good foundation for the next phase. So I'm pulling for you. You can do this. It's going to be great. It's just going to take a little longer to sort it out.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much for calling, Dex. I think you're muted, because I can see you talking, but I can't hear you.
Yeah, I muted because there was some loud noises and I forgot to unmute.
You're muted again. You're still muted.
He is muted.
I don't know what's going on.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah. No, what I was saying is that I muted because there was a lot of noise and here in the neighborhood, and I just forgot to take myself off of mute. Plus I had to turn my camera off for a second because I had to blow the nose, still dealing with that, vestiges of that cold. Oh gosh. But yeah, I was just thanking Christiana for the call and telling Christiana to have a great weekend as well. It rained here. I'm hoping we get rain again, actually.
Yeah.
We're in the desert. We need rain. Let's see who's been waiting the longest. Oh, I don't have an area code, so I'm just going to bring them on. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Suzanne, I'm calling from Vancouver.
Hi, Suzanne.
Ooh, Vancouver.
Oh, you're up there where Pamela is, in that far off, far away land of Kenyatta.
Canada, yeah. It's an island nation, isn't it? I can't
Kenyatta.
remember.
You have to get the Y sound in there. It's Kenyatta.
Kenyatta.
You know, that Canada actually means village in the indigenous language. When they said, where are we? And they said Canada, which means this is a village. So that's how it got its name. But
Did not know that.
yeah,
That used
Yeah.
to be a commercial in Canada, and that's learned about it. Yeah. And
So what would you
what
like
did-
to talk about?
I got it. Just wonder if you could pick anything up for the next 6 months. Anything big?
The next 6 months. See if anything- Okay, pulling cards. Who's got something? Suzanne, what's going on? Like there's yeah. I feel like Mary, when you jumped in on the last call, there was like, what's going on? Yeah, it's the same thing. Like I'm getting all these, cards of struggle and the first 3 months coming, this month and going in the next 3. Is there something?
I'm 8 weeks at least.
Yeah. Is there something up that we should know about? It's
No.
I see things happening faster in a couple of months. See,
You're overthinking it, that's for sure.
getting them swords card. Yeah, I've got the 6 of swords, and that's slow, steady progress towards your goal. But it's a lot of swords in that boat. That's thoughts and ideas. So
I got the 8 of swords.
I got the 9.
That's really overthinking. That's really overthinking.
Seriously overthinking.
But
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of, because you said 6 months, and I'm trying to think of, wait, where are we again? September,
Yeah.
October, November, December,
Spring.
January, February, January, December. Oh, it's in December that I'm getting the
That's where I'm getting the
swords.
9.
Yeah. Of course, that could be travel too, especially over water, but it a boat, that kind of thing. Taking a cruise for the holidays or something like that, because it's in December, but definitely some kind of travel or something in December is coming up.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
All righty.
Thanks for calling.
Thanks for the call. And we got, let's see, one more call we got time for. We're going to do area code 415. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Anne in New Mexico.
Hi, Ann.
Hi, I would like kind of a general about September or in the areas of, I'm still getting settled in New Mexico, so in the areas of settling down for work and place to live.
I don't know, ladies. All right, hold on just a second. There's so much background noise from Anne's mic. I gotta mute your mic for a second, Anne. Did you guys get the gist of her question? I just was, maybe it was the background noise was messing me, throwing me off here.
All I
it
got
was
was that things are going to
Yeah.
settle down, they're in New Mexico, and is she going to find a place to live? And I got the 8 of Cups on that one. That's wow, so I mean, cups are generally, well, yeah,
emotional,
Mm,
right?
yeah, very much so.
that's right. I'm gonna bring Anne back on here, and yeah,
Did you say the eight of hearts or the 8 of clubs?
cups, 8 of cups.
Ah,
And the page.
oh, cups. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting the page of cups as well. See, we both
You
got
too?
the page. Yeah.
Oh, a new romance.
Either that or an emotional message you really need to hear, but you don't want to.
Pretty
Could
much.
be either one.
But I'm also getting like the 3 of Wands and the Ace of Swords, and so I do think, since you made this move, I think things will settle down and you're going to be able to get more focused. Or you could take it that that's the message, is to get focused, and maybe that'll help you out when you have a move. And there's all these different things, focus on one thing at a time. And that might help.
And I pulled an angel card for you from the Angels of Light by Ambica Waters deck. And it's the angel of flow. And so it just may be that, finally you're going to kind of feel like you're kind of getting into the flow of things there in New Mexico, rather than struggling, rather than like, where do I live? Where can I work? How do I work without having a place to live? How do I live without having a job to pay for where to live? Like that whole vicious cycle that you're in right now. I can like feel it. She's like, oh, when is it ever going to be? But yeah, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And you're going to have finally this sense of like being in the flow of things, and it's going to be all good, sister. It's going to be all good. You're going to make it, okay?
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling. Have a great weekend.
Thanks for the call. Wow. Well, we got to get out of here. We are 11 minutes past overtime here. But Pamela, thanks for being on. We'll have to have you back soon.
You have to come back. Come hang out.
Well, I think I'm going to on next Sunday, because we're going to do that.
But we meet on the show. That's a workshop.
That's not enough. That's not enough.
Well, you got to think of another tarot topic you want to talk on, and we'll have you back on Tarot Today Live.
Well, we can do just about, after over 40 years, pick one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pick one.
You heard her, Mary. It's dealer's choice,
Ooh.
Oh, and I've also, in case anybody's interested, Mary, I have multiple sets of runes that we've never really, because if you look at the Steel Wizard, there's runes.
I didn't even know that.
A lot of the cards.
Runes.
Look at them.
Let's do runes.
And the set that I've got right here in front of me they were made from, at the time, the barn I tore down was 150 years old, and the poplar in it had never seen the sun. It had been inside all this time. So, I cut these and carved and painted them accordingly to everything. Okay, to make sure that everything was authentic. And they're after another 40 plus years of having and using them, they don't weigh anything. They are like air. They're like holding air. Because that's how old that wood is now. And this is my go-to set. So
that's amazing. I use an amethyst set because I love amethyst.
Yeah, I've got a clear crystal one too. And I've got a couple. Actually, I've got I made 2 out of elk antler that my boys have.
Oh,
So,
that's
yeah.
epic.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I live in a place where they shed their horns all the time. So I mean, if you need antlers, just
there
tell
they
somebody.
are.
Yeah. But yeah, runes
Wow.
would be fun because a lot of
Yes.
tarot decks have included them in them. And like I've got a copy, I haven't opened it yet, of one by Los Scarabeo that it's a Viking tarot, and that's what it is. It's got runes in all the cards.
Yeah.
I haven't opened it because I'm mad at Los Scarabeo, but other than that,
Isn't everybody at some point?
yeah,
mad at
pretty much.
Los
I
don't
will
know
get over
why.
it. I just, yeah, but yeah, runes and tarot are symbiotic.
Oh
They have a
yeah,
symbiotic relationship. So,
and I've got a rune oracle too, cards.
ooh,
You know, that is
ooh.
like gorgeous. So yeah. Oh my God, Dax. Yeah, we
Oh,
got to do a rune show.
Talk about synchronicities. I was just watching Thor: Love and Thunder last night.
Oh, it's meant to be.
Okay, there
I'm
we
telling
go.
you. Well, goodbye, everybody. Thanks for joining us. If you're joining us on Blog Talk Radio, listening in on the radio portion of the show, which will now become a podcast, or maybe you watch the live stream with us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Thanks for joining us. And we will be back. I think we're planning on doing more lives. So Saturday, is our main thing, but we'll be popping in here like on a Monday and a Wednesday, and so you might see us Monday.
It could happen.
It could happen. Yep. So be on the lookout. Of course, we do Facebook events to announce all this, and you just can go over to thetarotguild.com, and we always have it right there on the main page when we're going to be live. So goodbye, everybody, for now. And
Bye.
we'll see you on
Bye,
Monday.
Pamela.
Bye, Pam. Good night, Mary Ellen.
Good night, John Boy.